We'll go to social construction. We're talking about social construction. It's the meaning placed on an event by society. And this society, they adopt that meaning and they view it, they respect it on their own view. Social construction means we are giving a meaning to an event. Something is happening, a situation. So we are giving a meaning to a situation. Yeah. And the meaning we've given to that situation or to that event, we adopt it. So in the course of we adopting it, we start respecting it on how we view the situation or the event. So there's a situation, there's an event, which we have given a meaning to. And as soon as we've given a meaning to that event, we adopt it and view it with respect. That is social construction. So what does that simply imply? It implies that all social situations and events are structured, are constructed. So it means we make these events the events. We call it that name and it becomes that name. So whatever happens in the society, we gave the meaning to it and we adopted it. That is what social construction is about. Do you get it?
Yeah.
So yeah, it is the meaning placed on an event by society and adopted by that society with respect to how they view that event. There's an event that has been given a meaning to, which is adopted by the society that gave the meaning to it.
Yes.
And they start practicing it or respecting it in that view that, oh, this is the event.
Yeah.
Do you get it? Just like festival, whatever it is, they are called that name. They are called those names because we view that is the name they should be called. And we respect it with that view.
Yes.
Do you get it?
Yes.
That is what social construction is about. So we have different social construction. We have age group. For age group, so for age group, they said, for age groups, these are ways in which people of the same and similar age share a status and roles. So different societies divide their members into age groups in different ways and assign them different roles, which doesn't have to do with biological ability. So age groups allow the modern society to prepare children through socialization into the adult world. The elderly, who are those advanced in years, put the children through before retirement, and in some societies, until they no longer have the ability or physical ability to work. So for age group, what we're talking about age group as a social construction is that the society plays you not based on your biological ability, rather what the society think you could do at that age. So not because you are the first child or you are the second child. No, it's about what you can do within that age group. So that is what the society will place you on. That is what the society will define you about. So in some society, like the modern day society, they try to socialize children to become adults. You know, it's a preparation, it's a transformation. So it does not just happen a day. So they prepare you. Those that are adults will prepare you that you are a child to come to that situation, because as time goes on, they will retire. Especially, let's talk about the workforce or the labor force. The society will prepare you towards replacing the older ones. That is what they are talking about here as social construction.
Yes.
So it is constructed in that way that the elderly ones will be replaced by the younger ones who have been socialized to become adults. That is age group as social construction.
Yes.
So it is the society that makes it that way. If not, some people might still be working until they are dead.
Oh, yeah.
Do you understand? So, but the society has constructed it in a way that there will be transformation from the childhood to adulthood to the retirement. Clear?
Yes.
That's about age group. So then we'll go to social construction of childhood. So for childhood, what are we talking about here? I wrote, biological children are physically immature people, but the ways in which children are thought of, the way they are treated, and the way they are expected to behave vary between cultures and in different time periods. So for the modern industrial societies have become child-centered, and children are considered to be at least as important as adults. So all the above statement shows that childhood is a social construction. So these days there's child-centeredness, like children are being centered, they are being taken care of. The focus is on the children. So if the focus is on the children, it means the society has made it like that. Do you get the point here?
Yes.
Social construction of childhood. the focus is on the children. Why is the focus on the children? The society makes the focus to be on the children. Now we respect it in the view of childhood. So now there's what we call child-centered, which means the society is placing children on high value, that they value children highly. So they don't want anything to to undermine their growth. As a result, they put so much effort and time on taking care of the children. Do you get it?
Yes.
So it is the society that made it that way. So that means childhood is also social construction. That means social constructed. Do you get the point here?
Yeah.
So the modern industrial society, the society we have right now, they take care of children. They devote time, effort on children, on their well-being. Because that is what the society wants. And we have to respect it in the view of childhood. Do you get it?
Yeah.
So that's about childhood. So what does this simply implies? It implies that this society that we have now care mostly about the children. They don't expose them to things that they have been exposed to in the traditional society. Maybe in the traditional society, children might be given weapons to fight war. But these days, seeing weapon with a child is even absurd. So it's not something that should happen.
Yeah.
So the way children are being treated now is different from the way they were being treated during the traditional era.
Yeah.
So that is social construction too. I think it's clear. Now we go to how do we learn to be human? So we learn to become human through socialization. That's the fact. To become human, we learn it through socialization, either primary socialization or secondary socialization. So socialization happens through life. However, the most important period is that of primary socialization, which takes place within the family and from birth to infancy. So to become human, we're given birth in the family. So it means we learn to be what we're supposed to be through socialization, either primary or secondary. But the most important one is the primary socialization. Primary, because that is where you learn how to eat, how to speak, how to greet,
And manners.
manners, how to even use the bathroom. That is where you learn those things. So it is primary socialization, which is so important. So for secondary socialization, it refers to the process of learning what is appropriate behavior as a member of a smaller group within the larger society.
Yeah.
So the behavioral pattern,
Yes.
the behavioral pattern is learned through the secondary socialization. Because the primary socialization is a very small group, but it teaches you how to behave in a large society. The family is smaller than the society.
Yeah.
But whatever you have to do in the society has to be learned through the primary socialization.
Yes.
So that's why we say secondary socialization is the process of learning what is the appropriate behavior as a member of a smaller group. Now, those things you've learned in the small group, in the primary socialization,
yes,
you now use it, you now make it enforceable in secondary socialization. Do you get it? So the secondary socialization is the behavioral pattern enforced by socializing agents of society. So the main agency of social control are schools, religion, workplaces, the media, and the peer groups. So whoever are your social agencies are the same as the agency of socialization.
Yeah.
So now that we know that what the second socialization is basically what we have learned through the primary socialization. So this takes us to social expectation. With the behavior that is expected of you as a child. Now you've learned primary socialization, you are part of the secondary socialization. So what is being expected of you? You wouldn't learn all these things just for playing sake. You learn them because there's expectation from the society about who you want to become. So yeah, I wrote, what is social expectations? I wrote, these are internalized social norms for individuals and organizations, thus for society as a whole, about what people should do. So it is internalized. It's what we are expecting you. Now that you are through with primary socialization, you are part of the secondary socialization. What is being expected of you? That is social expectation. So we could call it behaviors that are widely considered appropriate by a social group. So we call it social expectation because certain social group are expecting such behavior from you. The school has an expectation regarding your behavior. It's a social expectation. The family has an expectation regarding your behavior. That's social expectation. The workplace has an expectation towards your behavior. That is also social expectation. Did you get it?
Yeah.
Or we call it the standard behavior that is expected by individuals in the society. So it could be what is being expected by a social group. It could be what is being internalized. It could be the standard behavior
Yes.
of you wherever you are within the society. That's social expectation. I think it's clear.
Yes.
So for social expectation, I wrote, children learn social expectation through processes like manipulation, exposure to the hidden curriculum. So for children, because we are talking about how they learn to become human, so all these things will not come without social expectation. So for social expectation, we can learn it through manipulation, through exposure to hidden curriculum, knowing things that are not part of the school curriculum, that they can change our behavior as children. They can change our behavior.
Mhm.
So, for example, a boy may be praised for taking part in a hazardous physical activity, while a girl might be discouraged from even trying. So, what we're talking about social expectation is this. A child, as a boy, you might do some things that are even dangerous or risky.
Mhm.
People will praise you for that because, oh, that's a man in you. But if a girl tries that, they might query her, they might question her for doing that because it's not an attribute of a girl.
Mm.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
So there are other ways, so they are going to discourage the girl for doing the same thing as the boy is doing because it's not expected of a girl to do such.
Yeah.
Do you get it? So we have, so we go on to conformity now. So yeah, I wrote from the tender age, okay. Children try to conform to social expectation. They learn from parents and others. This might be true, okay. So for children, there is the primary socialization, which is the family, the parents. The secondary socialization, the school,
Yes,
the work, okay.
relations, yeah.
So for children, what we need is conformity. Because when we talk about expected behavior, it means you are conforming to that social group that is expecting such behavior from you. There's an expected behavior from the school. So if you are able to practice those behavior, it means you are conforming to the society.
Yes.
So what are those ways in which children try to conform to social expectation? One, they might do that, they learn from parents and others. This might be through imitation and role modeling. So children can learn conformity, social expectation conformity through their parents, either by imitation or role modeling. So when I talk about imitation, that means they do what their parents are doing.
Yes.
So they learn by copying what the behaviors of others. That is imitation. Do you get what imitation is here? So I'll be able to do that because I've seen others doing it. So I'm copying from them.
Yes.
So we can learn social expectation, conformity for social expectation through imitation. The second one is through role modeling. For role modeling, this applies to acting as an example so that the behavior is copied by others. So you're going to act as an example. You are the eldest. The way you're going to act in the society, the way you're going to act within the family, they will have to copy your way. That means you're acting like a role model to them. So they have to go with the same way you are behaving.
Yes.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
So you have to behave that way for them to copy that way. Do you understand?
Yeah.
So that is what we call role modeling. So become their role model based on what you do. So these are ways in which people can learn or children can conform to social expectation. I think it's clear.
Yeah.
So for feminists, they don't see it that way. For feminists, they believe that social expectation is from the family, is primary socialization. I mean, social expectation should come from primary socialization,
Okay.
not secondary. So Oakley, according to feminist socialists and Oakley, he argued that children learn the social expectation that go with their gender roles. This is done through four main ways. So for Oakley, believes that social expectation is through gender roles. And gender roles come from the parents. It is the parent that says you have to behave this way, you have to behave that way. You have to put on this clothes, you have to put on that clothes.
Mm.
So whenever we think about gender role, it starts from parents. That's according to feminists. Do you get it?
Yeah.
So ways in which this gender role is being played by parents are one, by manipulation. So parents encourage and praise some activities and discourage others. For example, a boy may be praised for taking part in an hazardous physical activity, while a girl will be discouraged. So with manipulation, yeah, we talked about it before too. So with manipulation, parents try to praise you because you are doing something that is risky, but they see it as being a man. But when the girl does that, the parents will discourage her.
Yes.
They wouldn't want her to do that. So that's manipulation. This is expectation too. The second one is by canalization. Parents might channel their children towards activities that are considered appropriate for their gender. For example, boys may be encouraged to play football, girls to take up ballet. Do you understand? Dancing. So, according to feminists, they believe social expectation starts from parents through manipulation by encouraging boys to go on or to practice hazardous work, but not discouraging girls to do the same. By canalization, channeling you to certain boy activity and channeling her to certain girl activity, like you playing football, like her dancing. That is canalization. I think it's clear.
Yeah.
The third one is by verbal appellation. For verbal appellation, I go, these are the ways in which parents address their children. For example, the word naughty may be used for boys, while pretty for girls, or being handsome for boys. So this is verbal appellation. So when these words used will let you to understand that, oh, you're a boy, oh, I'm a girl. Do you understand? So this is another way in which parents make children to know who they are in terms of gender.
Yes.
And the last one is through different activities. Girls may help their mother with cooking, while boys may help their father with do-it-yourself tasks, DIY. We call it DIY. Around DIY is just like activities that you choose to do instead of inviting professionals to get them done. Maybe plumbing, you do it yourself. That's what we call DIY. So girls will not do this, but fathers will do it, and their boy should follow suit.
Yes, sir.
So do you get it now?
Yeah.
So these are ways in which, according to feminists, parents have tried to put children on how to behave within the society. So they conform them, they make them to conform with social expectation in the society based on their gender. So what you should do as a boy, what you should do as a girl. Is it clear? But there's criticism regarding this. So what are the criticism about unclear ideology? One, gendered behavior. So here I wrote, gendered behavior is not only about how children are socialized. It may also be in the nature of boys and girls to want to follow what is considered to be gendered behavior. So it is not based on what the parents channel them to be. It might be in the nature of a boy to behave in a way that the society wants it to be, not just from the parents. So what we're saying here is that social expectation is not just from the parents. Because I'm a boy, I might see some attributes of boys outside and I want to behave that way. So it's in my nature to act as a boy, not because my parents want me to act as a boy.
Yes.
Do you get it?
Yeah.
Two, the family is not the only agency, and children may learn conflicting expectations from other agencies such as peer group. So it is not, that's the criticism now. It is not only the family that brings about socialization, there's peer group. So peer group might even make a boy or a girl behave in a certain way that is even conflicting the way the parents want them to behave. Do you get it? So it should not be, we should not only focus on parents that are the only ones that could conform, that can make children to social expectation. That is the point here.
Yes.
And the third one, through the mass media. The mass media, we're talking about advertisement, we're talking about TV, we're talking about films. Yes. Films, TV, advertisement, these things are gender in their own. The way they portray female things are different from the way they portray male things. So it makes it difficult for you as a mom or as a father to be gender neutral. You won't be able to channel your child to behave in a way or in a pattern that is expected of you, because the films they watch, the adverts they see, has already explained to them what a boy should do, what a girl should do, which might be contradicting to what you want from them as a boy and as a girl.
Yes.
Do you understand?
Yes.
So it means the mass media is also part of socialization, secondary.
Yes.
So it is not only the male or the family. So the family will try, but there could be influence from peer group. There could be influence from the society. There could be influence from mass media. So that is the criticism about feminist ideology regarding social expectation, which their focus is basically on the family. Is it clear?
Yeah.
So that is all about social construction. Social construction will bring about social expectation. But for social expectation to happen, there should be conformity with children. And for conformity to occur, we need socialization, which is primary and secondary. For feminists, they believe it is primary socialization that brings conformity to social expectation. But the criticism is that all social construction, all social expectation are not just primary socialization. They come also from secondary socialization, like mass media, like the peer group, like the society as a whole. Is it clear?
Yes.